First, a little terminology. We're considering risk in general in organizations. The process that you use, if you look at this top formula here, looks remarkably familiar. In fact, the basic principle of risk assessment involves the same damn formula in every single case across any discipline. It's very straightforward. So once you've got this cracked, then you're about 50% of the way there to any area of risk-based approach to things. So risk, probability of an event times by the magnitude of the loss, or, and you'll note here that it says gain. So here we have something you haven't come across yet. All of our health and safety risk assessments have been based upon the principle of some kind of negative event. Well, considering risk in organizations, you can also consider a positive event. And so these sort of risk-based considerations are brought in. For instance, if you're going to invest in a new business venture or in a new fund or stock or share or whatever. And so you would consider whether the risk was worth it and what is the loss you could get and the gain you could get, and then you would make a decision. So you can see there's possibly a bit more to this risk assessment than with the health and safety one, a little bit more complex. The other one that you haven't really considered here is imminence. Now I'll put this to you. Is an event likely that is likely to occur next week more important than an event which is likely to occur next year? Or for that matter in 10 years. I would warrant that the majority of people listening to this will say that actually something that's likely to occur next week is more important than something that might occur over the next year or next 10 years. But what if the thing that might happen next week is bad, but the thing that is more important, but it's likely to occur next year or in 10 years, is going to cripple the organization? And so then you consider that imminence needs to be considered, but you need to bear in mind the severity, the magnitude of the loss is all important. So even if it's not going to happen now, you still need to consider it. However, if you're prioritizing what you're going to do, which is what doing risk assessments is all about, prioritizing things for dealing with them, then you would say, okay, well, we can put those things off to another time if they're going to occur next year or in 10 years.